Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind. I hope I am properly audible and visible. Good evening. So, good evening and welcome, everyone. I am good. I hope all of you are also doing well. Good evening. So, yes, we are meeting after, I think, a long time. I think we had our last session before this Deepavali, and then I could not take your classes. So, let's start this again. Let's start this at the original time of 5 p.m. only. We will be continuing at this time, and now the prelims is also approaching. You know that the prelims is also approaching. So today we will also discuss about like what can be the strategy for this prelims 2025. That is also something which we are going to discuss in today's session. We will make some strategy for upcoming days also, like current affairs we are covering, but along with current affairs, what else we are going to add, that is also something which we are going to discuss today. Yes, I am very good. I hope all of you are doing good. I hope all of you have celebrated the festival. I hope your Deepavali and everything was quite good. Anjali, I was not there in first. I was not there in Delhi, and then I went for leave for the festivals. That's why I was not able to take the classes. It was very good. Thank you. Due to festivals, I was not here, so I could not take your classes, but we will make up this. So see, like if you look at this now, just look at today's topics which we have got. One thing is about the deaths of the elephant. In the last 1 to 2 weeks, what we have seen that a multiple number of elephant death has been reported in India, and especially with respect to kodo millets. With respect to kodo millets, it has been reported. So that is one thing which we are going to discuss. Second thing which we are going to discuss is the net borrowing ceiling on Kerala. There is a recent editorial about this, and it has been quite much like in there in news also. So that is something which we are going to discuss. The third thing which we are going to talk about is the wind power policy and of Tamil Nadu. That is also something which we will discuss. And finally, we will discuss about one place also, Armenia. Armenia has been there in the news for the last 1 2 years, especially with respect to Nagorno-Karabakh region. So this is one location also which we are going to discuss in today's session. Okay. Okay, tomorrow is last festival. Okay, which one? Yes, Chhat Puja was also quite nice. I was there at home only. That's why I was not able to take the classes. Okay, so let's start this. We will come to this. And today we are not having any questions, but from tomorrow we will have questions in a systematic manner. In a systematic manner, I will tell you what we are going to start with so that your preparation can be now comprehensive also. That is one thing which we are going to start. Okay. See, let us first talk about the prelims 2025. You know that now we have got around 6 months 15 days which is remaining. Around 6 months 15 days, that is what is remaining between the 26th May and this time. Around 195 days. Around 195 days is that is what you have in the hand. And those who are going for prelims next year, even before the festivals, I have told you that you have to focus on certain core subjects. I hope you have gone through NCRTs of some subjects by now. we have discussed, we have taken a task that you will cover NCERT of geography, NCERT of polity, NCERT of environment. So I hope you have done it. I hope you have done that, the NCERTs and everything. Have anyone completed this or not? NCERTs, I have given you task before the festival, before Deepavali, I have given you this task that you have to do the NCERTs. Your first class, okay? Yes, Ensley, I am from there. See, I think on 24th or 25th, I have given you this task that you would be covering the NCERTs. Okay. So I hope you have started that. Now see, like last time also I told you that there are certain core subjects which you have, like we have this polity. Okay. You also have geography. We have modern history or simply history, economy, environment, and science tech. See, if you look at this, if you look at these subjects, if you have covered them sincerely, you can be very much sure that in any case, you are going to get around 60 to 70 questions from these 6 subjects. At least 60 to 70 questions would be there from these subjects. Even if numbers are fluctuating, sometimes it can be from lesser from history, more from economy, sometimes less from geography, more from history, it goes on. But these are the 6 main subjects. If you have covered it, then you can be very much sure that you are going to get around 70 questions for sure from here itself. So these are your core subjects which you have to focus now. Okay. What you have to do is find the source for them, or like finalize the source. You might have got various books with you, you might have got the class notes also, you have NCERTs also. So 2 things are essential here. One is your NCERT, okay, plus class notes, plus any material which you have. Like you may be having, for example, let us say, if we are talking about polity, you may be having Lakshmikant. Okay. For geography, NCERT and class notes are sufficient. For history, you may be having different books. Some of you might be using Bipin Chandra. Some of you might be using Spectrum. Take any one source and finalize it. That yes, I am going to play with this book only. Okay. So that is third thing. For economy, again, we have got your class notes and the materials which you have been provided. Even for environment and science tech, we have the class notes plus current affairs. So this is one thing which you have to do. Finalize the source now. Your NCERT plus class notes plus material which you have. Now, one of the very important thing, like I think most of you will be getting confused in the next 2 or 3 months, is about the source. Suppose that you are reading, let us say, a Spectrum for history, and maybe your roommate or your friend is reading Bipin Chandra, or maybe B.L. Grover, or maybe any other book. So now you may get confused there that no, my friend is reading this one, so I should shift my thing. I should change the Spectrum to let us say Bipin Chandra, or let us say B.L. Grover, or any other book. But you don't have to do it. Even if you are covering any book, you will find that 70 to 80%, even more than that, is covered in all the books. So first focus on that aspect. If you are reading any of the book, you might miss 1 or 2 questions. But you don't have to prepare only for that 1 or 2 questions. You have to prepare for the entire subject. You have to prepare for the other 8 questions or 10 questions which are there. Okay. So take any one of the book and don't hesitate or don't get confused that if I am choosing this, my friend is choosing that one, some topper said this one or that one. Don't get confused there. Finalize one source and go with that. Okay. Then the third thing is current affairs. If you are going for prelims, If you are going for prelims 2025, what you have to do is, you have to take the current affairs from the month of January 2024 to up to March 2025. This is the current affairs which you have to cover. January 2024 to March 2025. Even if you are not doing the current affairs of April 2025, then also it's fine. And in May, you don't have to even look at this. If you have covered the current affairs of these 15 months, that will be more than sufficient. You have to do only this much. Okay. Then, this is one thing which you have to work upon. In the remaining days, 6 months, 15 days, 195 days you have. You can make your own strategy. You can divide this time. You can divide this time, that how much you will give for first reading, how much you will give for second reading or third reading or fourth reading. You cannot be just thinking that I will cover this entire thing in 6 months. No. Make a target that for the first time, by January 15th, you have completed all these. Now that time is gone where you can think of that, okay, I have to sleep for 6 hours, I have to sleep for 8 hours, I have to sleep for 12 hours. That time is gone now. Now you are in that mode where you have to give all your efforts in just this preparation. Now all those things, those who are going for 25, it is applicable only for them. Those who are going for 25. Now all your things like sleep cycle and everything, sacrifice them for some time. Even if you are sleeping for 5 or 6 hours, that is more than sufficient for you for the next 1-2 months. Because in this month, you will have to work hard. This is the time of winters when you can actually study a lot. During summers, you might be having a lot of challenges, but in winter, you won't have that. Wear all your clothes, even if you want, put shoes so that you don't feel the cold and everything, but keep on studying. In the next 2 to 3 months, you can decide whether you are going for prelims or not. So these 3 months, forget about all other things and just focus on these core subjects. November, December, January. This is what will decide whether you are clearing the examination or not. This is where you have to work. So this is first part. Second part is current affairs. Okay. Third thing is practice. Now, practice is also very much essential. You have 195 days. You have 195 days. Okay. If you are solving 10 questions per day, it will be only 1950. So 10 questions is not sufficient. 10 questions are not sufficient. What you have to do is, you have to solve at least 20 questions per day, so that near about 3900 questions is what you will have in your hand by the time you are going for prelims. Of course, you will be giving some mock test also. You will be solving some previous year questions also. You will be solving questions here in the sessions also. But this is your personal target of 20 questions per day. From any subject, if you are reading polity, if you are reading history, economy, previous year question, current affair question, anything. Make a target of 20 questions per day. And you will find that just after 2 to 3 months, you will have confidence in solving the questions. What you have to do is, whenever you are reading the statements, read it very much carefully. Read it very much carefully. See all the words which are written there. Focus on each and every word, even the grammatical is, am, are, was, where, everything. Focus on each and every word and solve for next 2 or 3 months 20 questions per day. Just after that, in January, you will be having the confidence that yes, I am going to crack the examination this year. So this is what you have to do. Practicing 20 questions per day, that should be your ideal target now. If you can do more, that is good. But minimum 20 questions is what you have to do now. I hope all of you can do this. Okay, those who are giving in 26, you can enjoy the winters. Next time you will be doing the same thing. For 26, I will discuss again in the next session. For those who are appearing for 26, I will discuss in the next session. Today we are discussing only for 25 aspirants. Okay. So this is one thing which you have to do for 2025. Now, what we will be doing in the sessions, in upcoming sessions, we will be taking now the current affairs based on questions from tomorrow onwards. Okay, like what we will do from tomorrow, what we will do, we will take subject wise questions like science tech. Okay, so from tomorrow I will be giving you 5 questions daily. From tomorrow onwards I will be giving you 5 questions daily starting from January 2024. Okay, so I will give you the questions of science tech, okay, from January 2024. I will give you 5 questions daily. 5 questions daily in the class based on current affairs. Current affairs. Plus some static as well. Okay. So like we will try to cover as many as possible questions from science tech. Then we will start with environment. Then we will start with economy. Okay. So this is what we are going to do in the next 2 months. Like in the sessions in November, December, we are going to do this. We will take some questions from science tech. Once science tech from January to let us say October is completed, then we will go for the questions of environment. Then we will go for questions of economy. So from tomorrow, we will have this questions from January, like whatever source you are following, whatever things you are getting, just try to revise the topics of science and tech from January 2024. We will have some questions, we will have discussion over them also. Through that, you can memorize that question. So this is what we are going to do from tomorrow's session. I hope that is fine for all of you. I hope that will be fine for everyone. Even those who are going for 2026 or 7, you have to read the current affairs of science. So you will learn something new. See, it's not that UPSC is asking just terms and figures only, the terms or like any such factual thing only. They are asking some conceptual thing also with respect to current affairs. So that is one thing which we are going to start from tomorrow. We will have science questions for some time, maybe 10 days, 12 days, 15 days. And then after we will come for environment question, then economy question. So that will be the sequence which we are starting with. Okay. So that is one thing which we are going to do. Now coming to the topic of today. Acha, there is one more thing. This is not my thing, but this is not my quotation, but here it is. When you are starting this preparation, like when you are doing this, suppose you have started reading on the first day or revision on the first day, you might not be getting that much of benefit. Or you might think that maybe I am not progressing at the same scale, someone else knows better or something, someone has done much better than them, much better than you, someone is more knowledgeable than you. So you have to remember this. You cannot get it in one day, but if you are continuously working for it, then you will definitely get it one day. That is the quotation that एक दिन में नाम नहीं बनता, लेकिन अगर रोज आप काम करोगे तो एक दिन नाम जरूर बनता है. Okay. So that is, a name cannot be made in a day, but if you work daily, you will definitely make a name one day. Okay. So that other quotations are also there. How to choose practice questions taking from test series or PYQ. You are free to take from anywhere. You can have it from question bank, you can have it from test series, you can have it from previous year question. There are question banks also for all the subjects. You can take it from anywhere. That is up to you. But you have to solve 20 questions. Okay. Now, let's start today's topic. Now see. So, what we see that in the last 1 week, a number of elephants have died in Bandhavgarh National Park. So, let us try to understand that why it has been there. We have discussed about elephants earlier also, but let us try to see what is happening here in Bandhavgarh National Park. Okay. So basically, 10 elephants died over 3 days in Madhya Pradesh Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, likely due to toxins from consuming kodo millet or warago. Okay. So some elephants have consumed kodo millets, and due to which they have died in the Madhya Pradesh Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve. Now, normally what you will find that in Madhya Pradesh, the number of tigers is very low. It is very low. Towards the eastern side, you will find certain elephants. Even those elephants are not naturally present there. They have been relocated, or sometimes they come just for when they are passing by, or just when it is acting as a corridor. So normally you don't find elephants in Madhya Pradesh, but in the eastern side of Madhya Pradesh, in Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, some elephants have died recently due to consumption of kodo millet. So let us see what has happened here. This is the area. This is the area of Bandhavgarh. You can see here you have the Panna Biosphere Reserve. Here you have Bandhavgarh. Here you have Kanha, Pench, Satpura. So this is the entire area. This entire area, it is very much rich in biodiversity. And at this point, Bandhavgarh, we have seen the death of the elephants. Why it has happened? Okay. This is the kodo millet. Okay. If you look at this, millets have been recently very much there in the news. And this kodo millet is something which is found in Asia and Africa. And it is having very high nutrition content. It is gluten free also. And even antioxidant properties are found in this kodo millet. Now, what we see that it is there in Madhya Pradesh, it is also there in Rajasthan, in certain portions of Gujarat also. These are the areas, and even in part of Maharashtra where we get this kodo millet. Okay. Why the elephants have died? Why the elephants have died? Okay. See, if we look at this, there is a fungal contamination. There is a fungal contamination in the kodo millets, and it produces cyclopyzonic acid. It's not that kodo millets are directly harmful for the elephants. What happens that due to fungal contamination under the humid conditions, there is production of a special type of acid, which is cyclopyzonic acid in the kodo millets. And this is called as Matwana kodo. Okay. It is also called as Matavna kodo. So now what we see that kodo millet is not directly responsible. It is the fungal infection which produces an acid which is responsible for elephant death. Okay. This contaminated grains, okay, they remain toxic even despite processing, and it is harmful for the animals. How much it is harmful, or what problem it causes? Okay. It inflames the digestive tract. It is responsible for inflammation in the digestive tract. It can also damage the liver. It can also damage the liver cells of the organism. It can also result in unconsciousness and even tremors in the body, as well as the nervous and cardiovascular systems are also impacted. You can see that it is impacting multiple organs of the various organism. And why it is happening? It is happening because of fungal contamination in the kodo millet plants. Why the fungal contamination? Mostly because of humid condition. You might have seen this time we have got plenty of rainfall also. Dry conditions, heat conditions were also there. Plus lot of rainfall has also been there. Humidity has been there on the rise. You might have seen a number of infectious diseases has taken place this year, from Kerala to Madhya Pradesh to Gujarat to other regions also. So when there is too much of rainfall combined with humidity and heat, there is rise of many such fungal or viral or other infections. So this time the same thing has happened in Madhya Pradesh. Due to fungal infections in kodo millets, elephants have died. Now, tell me a few things about elephants. Tell me a few things about elephants. In previous sessions also, I have shown you that where the elephants are there in India. So can you tell me which state in India is having the highest population of elephants? Akansha, we are resuming the classes from this week. We are resuming all the classes from this week in CAPA batch also, in UPSC batch also, offline, online, all. Karnataka, Assam, Kerala, not in MP. See, MP is famous for tigers, MP is famous for leopards. MP is an area of dry deciduous forest. MP is an area of dry deciduous forest, and the elephants will prefer to have an area which is evergreen in nature. So MP or even Chhattisgarh or portions of Maharashtra, they cannot be the answer. Karnataka, Assam and Kerala. See, yes. Earlier it used to be Kerala, but in the last census, Karnataka has been declared to have the maximum number of elephants in India. Karnataka is having the maximum number of elephants. Madhya Pradesh is having the highest number of tigers and leopards. Can you tell me which state is having the highest number of lions? Which state is having the highest number of lion? Gujarat. Okay. Yes. So see, Karnataka is famous for Karnataka, although Kerala is also having sufficient number of elephants, but in the last census, it was Karnataka which was said that it is having the highest number of elephants. So here, of course, the answer will be Karnataka. Okay. Now, can you tell me, like, a guess, how much is the population of elephants? What is the population of elephants? Any idea? What is the population of this elephants in India? Any guess? How much? In India overall? Near about, yes, near about 30,000, or you can say near about 27,000. That is the population. Okay. Approximately. Near about 27,000, that is the population of, near about 27 to 30,000, that is the population of elephants in India. Okay. If you look at this, it is protected there in Wildlife Protection Act, Schedule 1. Schedule 1. Even in CITES, what you will find that it is there in Appendix 1. Okay. It is there in Appendix 1. So, this elephant is found in India. The Indian elephant which is there, it is having population of near about 27 to 30,000. It is found mostly in Karnataka. Then you have in Assam also. You have there in Kerala also. You have some of the elephants in Uttarakhand also and other regions. Mostly they're in evergreen and semi-evergreen forest. Evergreen and semi-evergreen forest. Now, there was a very particular question about this elephant, that if there is a group of elephant, it is led by a male elephant or a female elephant. If there is a group of elephant, a herd of elephant, it is led by male elephant or female one. Okay. So this group is led by female elephant. Group led by female elephant. If we are talking about this, if we are talking about the elephant, you will find one more thing. The Indian elephants are smaller as compared to African elephants. And you will also notice one thing, that the male elephants have tusks, whereas the female elephant rarely have tusks in Indian elephant case. Okay. The male elephants may have tusks, but absent in female one. So this is one thing. This is all about Indian elephant, not the African and others. This is about Indian elephant. Okay. That's what we see, that they are led by female elephant. They have got tusk also, like in the male, but the female may be missing it. So that is one thing which you have to be aware about. Okay. So this is one part. This is the first topic. The second topic what we have to discuss is, there is an editorial in the Hindu today, and the editorial is about the net borrowing ceiling on Kerala. There is a net borrowing ceiling on Kerala. So what this is all about, what is the context, what is the actual news? Let us try to understand this. Okay. In 2023, the central government has imposed a 3% net borrowing ceiling on Kerala's gross state domestic product for financial year 2023-24. The thing is, if Kerala is trying to borrow from somewhere else, so that is regulated by the union government, not just Kerala. If any state of India is trying to borrow from market or trying to borrow from outside India, there is a limit on them which is imposed by the central government, by the union government. This is the nature of Indian federalism. Okay. So government, the union government has imposed a 3% of net borrowing ceiling on Kerala, and due to which this news is there. So now see, there is Article 292 of Indian Constitution. The Article 292 simply says that center can borrow on Consolidated Fund of India, while Article 293 says that states can borrow on the state's consolidated fund. Okay. So they can borrow, both the union as well as the state has been given the power under the Constitution of India to borrow it from outside, to borrow it from market. But there itself, you will find that Article 293, subclause 3, restricts the state. Okay. There is a restriction upon the states. The restriction can be imposed by, like, the center if there is any outstanding loan or guarantee by the center exists. Okay. If government has already given some loan or guarantee, then there can be a limit on the state that how much they can borrow from outside or how much they can borrow from the market. So this is one thing which is imposed on the states. States do not have full freedom at how much they can borrow from outside. How much they can borrow from outside, there is a restriction upon them. Why there is a restriction? See, a very simple thing is there. If any state government of India is borrowing from market or is borrowing from outside, let us say that if they are given full freedom, they can borrow any amount of money. And if they are borrowing any amount of money, that is going to impact our exchange levels, that is going to impact our public debt levels, that is going to impact the stability of the economy. And so for this very purpose, there is a limit on the states that how much they can borrow from the market or from the outside. Okay. So this is why there is a limit. Okay. Now, if you look at this, this comes under the fiscal federalism of India. Okay. The center has to ensure the transparency. Now, there is two concern, okay, that this limit is specifically imposed on Kerala. This limit is specifically imposed on Kerala. So many of the experts argue that there is a partial treatment towards some other states. It is said that some other states are getting more borrowing limit, while Kerala is given less borrowing limit. So fiscal federalism will simply say that the center must ensure that there must be transparency and equitable treatment, consultation with the states. Okay. So states are part of this federal structure, and as per fiscal federalism, the government must consider them. There must be transparency in having these limits and everything. So that is one part. Second thing is, there must be a respect for state fiscal autonomy when they are exercising the power under Article 293. Okay. Like, states should also have some autonomy in terms of fiscal. So that is the opinion of some of the experts, that this imposition of the net borrowing limit on states is against the principle of fiscal federalism. First thing is, center has to become more transparent. They have to consult with the state. They must be giving the equitable treatment to all the states. The second thing is, there must be a respect for fiscal autonomy of the states also, because both of them are deriving the power from constitution. Now the question is, why the states? We have seen one aspect, but why the center is imposing it? Center is imposing it to maintain the economic stability, to maintain the exchange rate, to maintain this public debt level. How it is challenging? It is challenging because how it is issue? It is issue because it is violating the principles of fiscal federalism according to some experts. Now the question is, why there is a need of more funding by the states? This is the main question. Why a state should be given more fiscal autonomy? Now, can you answer me this? I think all of you have read polity and everything. So can you give me this question for this answer for this question, that why the state should be given more fiscal autonomy? Anyone? Why the state should be given more fiscal autonomy? More fiscal deficit. See, if we talk about this, why center imposed limit? So first thing is to check the fiscal deficit. That is the first thing. To check public debt level. To ensure stability of economy and exchange rate. But why would the state need more autonomy? See, why the state needs more autonomy? They are the one who are actually providing, the public services. Okay. Responsible for delivery to citizens. Delivery of citizens, service to citizens. See, whenever you are doing anything in your state, like suppose you are going to hospital, you are going to any of the schools, or you are going to any place, or even if you are getting the ration and everything, you will find that it is the state machinery which is working there. Of course, there is some help from the central government also in PDS system, in some other options also. But what you will find that most of the services which are there, whether it is street lighting or anything like that, it is all being provided by the state government. State governments are the one which are actually responsible for providing the services to the citizens. The union government is there for overall development of the country, creating new infrastructure, like taking the economy to a new level, guarding our borders, enhancing the defense preparedness of the country, all other functions. But the daily basis service delivery, that is being done by the state government. Health, education, all these facilities, like the nutrition, all these things are under the ambit of state government. Okay. So that is one of the part. Second thing is, very few avenues avenues of tax collection. Tax collection. Now you know that there is imposition of GST. There is an imposition of GST, like all other taxes have been subsumed under GST. So states have no such flexibility there also. States cannot make any flexibility there also. GST rates are going to be same for the entire country. Now states cannot change the tax rates under their own like area, under their own jurisdiction. So that is also limited now. Okay. Then they do not have the power to also tax on income of the people. Income tax is being taken by the union government. So they have very little avenues of tax collection. So that is also one of the part. Okay. Then considerably lower tax devolution from Finance Commission. See, around 10 years ago, when there was this 14th Finance Commission, around 10 to 12 years ago, when there was this 14th Finance Commission, it raised the limit from 32% to 40%. But in the last 10 years, there has not been any such significant change in it. It has come down to 41% instead. Although, yes, of course, Jammu and Kashmir has been made a union territory, so that's why this reduction was there. But in the last 10 years, the demand for the services has increased manyfold. Now, health, education, and all other things, their demand has increased manyfold, but the revenues of the states are not growing in the same proportion. That's why there is a constraint, that's why there is a challenge. So even the considerably lower tax devolution from Finance Commission, that is also one of the reasons why states need more fiscal autonomy. Okay. So this is one of the part about fiscal federalism. Yes. To ensure social welfare, public health. Yes. So I think this is clear why there is this demand from Kerala or sometimes from other states also that they should be given more fiscal autonomy. I hope it is clear. Yeah, now it is 41%. I hope it is clear now. Okay, so coming on to the next topic. Now see, so recently what we have seen, there is also this wind energy which was there in the news, again with respect to one of the southern state of India, Tamil Nadu. Okay. So now they have got this new wind power policy and there is some criticism of it also. Okay. So now they have got this Tamil Nadu has launched the Tamil Nadu Repowering, Refurbishment and Life Extension Policy for Wind Power Projects 2024. Okay. So the name of policy is a comparatively larger one, but you don't have to memorize it. You just have to understand it. That Tamil Nadu is going for refurbishment and renovation of its wind turbines, its wind power plant. So let us have a look at this wind power in India. Okay. We have a wind power or wind potential of 1163.86 gigawatt. That is the potential. That is the potential of wind power in India. Potential of wind power in India. Okay. Now, what you will find that 6.5% of this is being tapped. Means we are able to get a very small portion of this near around 1150 gigawatt. We are having less than 70 to 80 gigawatt of wind energy right now. Okay. Wind energy is on a very lower scale right now, even though we have a potential of 1163 gigawatt of wind energy. Okay. Our total consumption of energy right now, if you look at this, that goes around something around 400 to 500 gigawatt. Our total consumption. If you count thermal also, if you count nuclear also, if you count all other things, we'll find that our total requirement is something around 400 to 500 gigawatt. Okay. Right now, of course, it is going to increase in the upcoming times, but right now 400 to 500 gigawatt, that is our actual requirement. And wind alone can provide 1163 gigawatt of energy, but we have been able to tap only 6.5% of it. But Tamil Nadu has done considerably better. They have been able to tap nearly 15% of the wind potential of their state. Okay. If you look at them, like some states which are doing good in this wind power, one is Gujarat also, then we have Tamil Nadu, then Karnataka, Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh. Okay. These are the states which are doing good in terms of wind power projects. Okay. But despite all this, we have been able to tap only 6.5% of our 1163 gigawatt of wind energy. That is some facts with respect to wind energy. Okay. Now, what are the challenges for this? Like Tamil Nadu, if we focus on this state, what we see that, like, it has got turbines which have power less than 1 megawatt. Okay. It has got multiple turbines sub 1 megawatt, means less than 1 megawatt turbines. That is the capacity of the turbines in Tamil Nadu. Okay. So why this is there? Because they are following the older technology. Their technology is becoming obsolete. It is not matching the present standard. Second thing is infrastructure issue is also there. Okay. Like delay in approval and lack of energy banking. Can you tell me what will be this energy banking? Can you tell me what is this term energy banking? Anyone? What is energy banking? कहां तक स्टेट को लोन लेने के लिए बैन कर सकता है? See, if we talk about the center, they can ban all the states in a different manner. There is no one single limit. There can be different levels of net borrowing ceiling on different states. What is this energy banking? Anyone? $388 gigawatt. Yes, near about 400 gigawatt. That is our actual potential right now. When we are talking about this energy banking, it simply means that, like, this is responsible for sharing. This is responsible for sharing of the electricity and storing the electricity. Okay. Sharing and storing of electricity, that is the role of this energy banks. Okay. They will be responsible for sharing and like storing the energy inside the grids. Okay. So this, what we see that, first thing, they are using the older technology. They have got this older technology. Second thing, what we also see that they have got delay in approval. And third thing, what we see that there is lack of energy banking. So due to this, we have not been able to utilize the full potential of wind power in India. You might have seen that only 6% utilization is there. Now, like if we talk about this Tamil Nadu, how much energy they can get from there? They can be having 7,000 megawatt energy that could be updated. They can have generation of 7,000 megawatt of energy that could be updated in Tamil Nadu alone. That is one thing which can be done. Okay. this is going to if we are going for upgrading the technology in Tamil Nadu, it can boost the energy level by near about 25%. Okay. So you can see this 7,000 can become something around, this 7,000 can become something around 9,000 to 10,000. That is what has been said about Tamil Nadu, that this is a leading power, but even after that, its technology is becoming obsolete. There is a need of refurbishment and renovation of its power projects. So that is why it is there in the news. Now tell me one thing with respect to this. They will not be asking about Tamil Nadu, but tell me one thing about this. What is the commitment of India with respect to renewable energy? How much renewable energy we are going to get by 2030? What is our commitment under this NDC? I have told you about NDC in the previous sessions. So what is the commitment of India for renewable energy or non-fossil based energy by 2030? Yes, Ajay, now we will be doing the classes at 5 on the original time. $500 gigawatt, okay. Yes, see, there were two aims mostly. There were two things which were said about this. One thing is, we will have 50% of energy. We will have 50% of energy from non-fossil sources. There was one thing which was said, 50% of energy from non-fossil sources. And second commitment was, yes, 500 gigawatt of energy from clean sources. See, yes, 500 gigawatt, not gigahertz, 500 gigawatt. There is a subtle hint in there. There is a very much subtle hint in there. This was the commitment given by India at Glasgow Summit in 2021. In 2021, at this Glasgow Summit in UK, we have given this hint that we will have 50% of energy from non-fossil source. Okay. So this is one thing which is going to be achieved anyhow. This is something which is very much possible. We have already got 42% near about. We have already got 42% of energy from non-fossil sources. So that is very much clear that it can be easily achieved. The second subtle hint was there that this 50% would be near about 500 gigawatt. It means our total energy would be something around 1000 gigawatt. This was a very much subtle hint that in the next 10 years, our economy is going to grow at a very huge rate. Our economy is going to go at a very huge rate, and at the same time our energy consumption, which is something around 400 gigawatt right now, is going to climb up to 1000 gigawatt. So there was a subtle hint that we are going to grow at an enormous rate. Yeah. So of course this one is going to be achieved, but we will have to see about the second one, that how much of this second option is possible, 500 gigawatt, because 500 gigawatt means total energy would be 1000 gigawatt, something around like 2.5 times of energy which is right now there in India. It will need massive infrastructure development. Okay. So that was a subtle hint that our economy is going to grow at a huge rate. Okay. I hope it is clear. Now coming to the last portion, like Armenia. So Armenia has emerged as India's one of the leading defense export destination. That is why it is there in the news. But you know that Armenia has also been there in the news due to one such region. Okay. And that the region is Nagorno-Karabakh region. This is the area, Nagorno-Karabakh region. If you look at this, this used to be part of Armenia earlier, but now it is under the control of Azerbaijan. Okay. Last year, we have seen this military conflict has escalated, and finally what we have seen that people from here, they have fled to Armenia. Now this is totally under control of Azerbaijan. Okay. This portion here also, this territory here also, it is part of Azerbaijan. Now this portion which used to be part of Armenia is gone to Azerbaijan. Okay. If you look at Armenia, what you will find that it is surrounded by Georgia on one side, then we have Azerbaijan, then we have Turkey, and then we also have Iran. Okay. So these are the countries surrounding this region of Armenia. Okay. You might expect a question around this because recently we have seen occupation of this area by Azerbaijan. Okay. This used to be called as Nagorno-Karabakh region. Okay. Nagorno-Karabakh region, and it has been now captured by Azerbaijan. It has got it was in the middle of Azerbaijan, so they have simply controlled it fully now. That's why it was there in the news. And at the same time, Armenia has become one of the top destination of India's defense export. Till now, we were reading just about one angle, that India is importing from this country or India is importing from that country. We used to be one of the largest importer of weapons in the world. Even now, we are one of the largest importer of the weapons. But now the things are also changing. We are also becoming an exporter of the weapons. Okay. And Armenia is one such destination. So remember this place only, that is more than sufficient. Armenia surrounded by Georgia, Azerbaijan, Turkey and Iran. I hope it is clear. So tomorrow we will meet, and when we will meet, I will be giving you some questions. I am again repeating. Science Tech, January 2024. Revision starts now. Okay. We are going to start this revision series. I will also ask you at the end of this week, you all have to tell me one more thing. How much revision or how much chapters from any of the core subjects you have revised. Okay. So I am going to ask you a question. Those who are preparing for 2025, these are the 6 core subjects, and I am going to ask you how much revision is going on. So who all are going in 2025? Any source, Ajay, it is up to you. Any source you can choose. For questions on current affairs, I will give it from anywhere. Wherever I see a question is fit, I will give you question. If you are able to solve it, good. If you are not able to solve it, you will learn in the class itself. Okay. So there is no source for that, that topic. The source is simply newspapers, current affairs. There is no source. If you have got any magazine or if you are following any source, revise from there. I will ask you questions from anywhere. Yes, it is not touching any water body. You have see, there is two part. Again, I am explaining what you have to do. You have to start focusing on this. You have to revise now for prelims 2025. Those all who are going for prelims 2025, do let me know. Either in the comment box or right now, do let me know how many of you are going for it. Next time I will ask. Okay. Second thing is, for current affairs, I have told you what you have to prepare. You have to prepare from January 24 to March 25. That is what you have to do. You have to practice also 20 questions per day. And what we will be doing in this session, we will be revising the current affairs subject wise. Starting first from Science Tech. Science Tech from the months of January 2024. That is what we will start from tomorrow. 5 questions per day. Okay. You don't have to like memorize all the numerical data, but suppose if you are forgetting something, what you can do simply is just try to like think it like a story, try to understand the value of that data, then you will be able to memorize it. Give me any example, I will tell you how to like memorize the numerical data. Okay. So Shaheen, give me any such example of it in tomorrow's session. I will tell you how to memorize it. Okay. So thank you so much. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time. Now the YouTube sessions are going to be YouTube session is going to be there at 5 p.m. Okay. Monday to Friday. So let's meet tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Thank you. Yes, you will be getting the PDF. Don't worry about it. You will get the PDF. Okay. Thank you so much. Take care.